Perfect. So one of the most talked about SPACs, CCIV, so
Hmm.
Churchill Capital Ford, there's the rumor out of Lucid Motors. So, we talk risk reward on the show, and I still own some shares of CCIV. I did sell some. How do you kind of weigh the risk reward of these huge premiums that some of these SPACs are getting before they announce? Are you looking to trim position? How important is that rumor? How important are rumor sources, etc.?
Sure. So, disclosure, it is a position of ours. In fact, it's our largest investment, possibly the largest or one of the largest investments we've ever made, but it is currently our largest. It's one that we were in from beginning and are still in now. It is a tension in my job in terms of how to handle something like this because it kind of became organically a hugely oversized position for us. So we split the units into equity and warrants. We still own both. On the margin, though, when the stock price exploded, so did the implied volatility. So we trimmed via recently writing some $30 at the money calls that had just spectacularly high implied volatility. So we were well paid for that to kind of trend it kind of a little closer to a sensible position size. So that's kind of how we reacted. It's an unusual circumstance, though, because for us it's such a large position. I think that it's a team I like and trust, but a couple things I would add about it in particular. If there's a deal with Lucid, I think it's about an 80% chance that it happens. I think that it would be a great deal. There's overlapping people between Churchill and Lucid. There are certainly preparations at Lucid, publicly known steps towards becoming a public company. So I think they are going to be a public company this year. I think that's 95% chance. If there was a problem, it was kind of an unintended consequence, which is I think it is reasonable to assume that they would have a pipe associated, a private investment in a public equity associated with a SPAC. I think it's reasonable to assume that that pipe was being marketed. And I think it's reasonable to assume that the original press on this was a market check of that potential deal. Well, the market check kind of got a little bit out of control and was maybe more successful. If the market hated it, that would have been a data point. The market loved it. The reason why I'm still only at about 4 out of 5 that this works is that if the market loves it so much, we're not the only people looking at the same thing. So there could be other SPACs that try to snatch it away. They could look at something else. But I have total confidence in Churchill Capital's sponsors. I think their backers are totally committed. I think their investors are going to stick with them. And I hope and expect this is going to work. So if your downside is 10 and your upside is Tesla, I'm happy to commit a lot of capital at 10.